Hi, I'm Heath McKinley, Product Specialist for Sony Australia.
And I'm Mark Gaylor, Sony Imaging Ambassador.
And this is Alpha Insights. This video is all about the optical steady shot switches on your telephoto lenses. So, Mark, what are your preferred settings when you're shooting with one of our telephoto lenses?
Okay, now I'm often using these long telephoto zooms. Typically Steady Shot 1 is when I'm shooting landscapes and in low ambient light, and I'm trying to keep the ISO down so my shutter speed is also quite slow. So the secret there really is in the name, Steady Shot. I'm trying to keep the camera steady as possible. But when I'm doing sports action, and you've probably seen my pictures of the running dogs and the motorcycles, etc. I'm panning following the action, and I'm switching mode 1 to mode 2 on that lens. That sort of frees up and lets the camera know, giving me permission really to pan with the subject. Left to right or right to left, mode 2. Yep. And especially that is becoming useful if I'm using the slower shutter speed, so I can get some subject blur behind maybe those motorcycles. And so that mode 2 is really helping me out there. There are some instances, however, where I'm, say, using this 100-400. I don't have a mode 3 that appears on some of the lenses, and the motion is very erratic, like maybe birds in flight. It's not just a simple left to right, right to left pan. So I actually just switch Steady Shot off. Now, the other thing that is important to note about Steady Shot is if we do have a Steady Shot switch on a lens, all of the menus are grayed out. So I really have to control the Steady Shot on the lens itself. I have to remember to do that because the Steady Shot settings can't be moved by my shoot mode memories that I use a lot. I often refer to my PAL settings, portrait, action, landscape. So I do have to remember to make that switch. I often tend to just to put this lens back in my camera bag in mode 2 rather than mode 1, because more often than not, I am panning with my subjects.
So then you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Yeah. Because I know it's going to be something that some people forget to switch to mode 2. Now, the other thing is some of the lenses don't have any Steady Shot switches at all. And so if you do need to disable Steady Shot, you have to do that in the camera menu there.
Okay, so let's have a closer look and we'll see what each one of these switches on your telephoto lenses do. So at the very start here at the top, we have the autofocus manual focus switch. That just switches the lens from engaging the autofocus motors or disengaging them to allow you to use the focus ring for manual focus. Next up, we have the autofocus limit switch. Depending on what lens you have, the different focus areas will change accordingly on those lenses. So what the AF limit switch does is it breaks up the autofocus zone into different areas. So if you're only photographing something that's in the distance, having this, the AF limit switch set to the furthest distance will only focus on objects within that area. Conversely, you can then put the switch into the closer near focus zone. That will limit the lens to focusing on things that are in the foreground, or you can take advantage of the entire focus range by leaving the lens switch, AF limit switch to full. Next up is the OSS on/off switch. That's turning the optical steady shot motors on and off for the lens. So mode 1 is for just general photography. If you're handheld, got the camera up to your eye, you want to steady out those shots. That kind of natural tendency to wobble or move that you get when it's handheld, mode 1 will help take care of that. Mode 2 is for when you're panning. So when you're tracking parallel movement, mode 2 is going to help stabilize some of those jitters you might get as you track through. Mode 3, if it's on the lens that you have, is to stabilize erratic movement. If you don't have mode 3 on your lens and you are shooting erratic movement, I would recommend turning optical steady shot off. Otherwise, leave it in mode 1 for general photography and mode 2 for panning. So I hope you found this information useful. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out Mark's channel as well, Sony Alpha Creative Skills, for more videos like this.
Yeah, you'll find the links in the info section just below this movie.
Okay, we'll see you next time on Sony Alpha Insights.